Oh, you're on now. Oh, sorry. We are. Oh, sorry. We are.
very happy lady from the Hope Spinners Guild came and made a deal. She paid the players an IOU for defeating all 3 of Xanathar's watch posts on this dungeon level, and from that cash, the players agreed to pay for her to send Reg away for a new brain, Wizard of Oz style. Sorry, not Reg, send Alan away. And Alan, the players had a rest in the dungeon. They were warned that coming up topside at the moment wasn't such a good idea, on the grounds that there were a lot of people looking for Reg, the paladin, who is the son of a noble Waterdavian family, and that if they arrived without Reg, they might not be made welcome by the many groups of Waterdeep. And so they decided to camp down here, essentially in the Goblin Watch Post. Over the night, thanks to an event roll of 100 on a 100-sided dice. Normally you guys can't roll above like a 3, but you rolled 100 on a 100-sided dice. That's pretty epic. The goblins in the dormitory just to the south there actually crept off in the night, while you managed to lick your wounds. And in the morning, after a night of undisturbed sleep, a portal appears in the wall. You can just see it on the north side there. It's like a little blue portal up here. And from the portal, first of all, emerges Alan, the familiar sight of the Minotaur. Alan, have you got anything new on your horns? I know you like to keep things dangling from your horns.
No, nothing dangling from my horns this time, but I come through, not sheepishly, but very wary. This is the second time that this has happened to me, and I'm a little bit perturbed, to say the least.
Sure. And stepping through beside him is somebody else who you haven't met before. Dave, would you explain who they see?
Right, you see a holy warrior called Voking Riverbreaker, who's a Goliath. So he's pretty much 7 foot tall.
How tall is he? Wow.
7 foot, massive. All you see from his helmet is a white facial hair, like quite a trimmed beard, I'll say. With 2 short swords of dwarven steel on his back, and so it's like dark colour with golden trim, and he's quite a deep voice.
Okay, what does he say when he walks through the portal then?
It doesn't say anything; it just stares at him.
Your
like an
character's
intimidating
always
stare.
The portal disappears behind the 2 of you. Alan, would you say anything as you walk through to the group? Luckily, which is really good. This is really good news for you, Farlan. None of your traps went off overnight, and so you set some alarms the previous night, but they were all intact in the morning. So, Alan, what would you be saying to the group?
I think we have them on retainer now.
After Alan finishes, I'll just nod to the group.
So Voken,
Clearly gonna-
what are your goals down here? Why join us?
Well, one's to keep you out of mischief, which is one.
No doubt. The last guy we had, he was shorter than you. He did not do that well.
Well, things will change I just got my personal agenda to keep you guys out of trouble and something else that I can't share you with. I'll just tell you the group.
We could certainly use the help.
Glad to help. He's going to run in the opposite direction.
I was going to say, I suggest running away from them.
Barbarians can be scared.
How many times
I
are
think
you going to lose your brain?
Once a particular creature has killed you twice, I think anyone has legitimate reason to be scared. I think that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Like,
You
you've
feel
got
that's what you call it,
self-preservation.
phobia.
All right. Kyron, by the way, I noticed from your character sheet you haven't given yourself the benefit of a long rest. Maybe your character was hardcore and decided to stay up through the night. But if you wish to click on the long rest button and give yourself some extra HP and stuff, you can do that.
Done. Problem is, I cannot stay inside of Roll20 because I don't know, like all of my thing on my computer dies. So I'm gonna.
Okay.
Hey, Matt, one quick question on the just on the hit points. So I'd use 3 of my 5 hit dice during the short rest. Do I only get 2 back as you round down? So I'm back up to 4.
You can round up with hit dice. That's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
Thanks.
You get half your hit dice back. So if you've only used half, you get them all back. So.
Gotcha. Okay.
You're good. I'm not saying you're going to need them. I'm not. I've got to try and keep people in the party alive somehow. So a couple of things.
Yeah, I'm on.
It's good to have you back. It's 1:15. We've got the full party, and a couple of things you guys noticed. You obviously had the portal to the south that led Ogben to feel funny, and you had the marks to the north that Farlan the Seeker spotted along this corridor going sort of up here that looked like a corpse being dragged through the dirt. Other than that, the floor is yours, gentlemen. What do you wish to do?
Well, gents, we haven't found Reg's body. The only place I can think it could have gone is either down those stairs or towards the north. We did see the drag marks. Should we go north?
Yeah, that's not a good chance. I think that's a good idea. It could be a body,
Okay.
maybe, but let's try and find it.
I would be very reticent to leave this particular floor without confirmation of Ezra's body.
I'll leave you guys to move your characters and show me where you want to go.
All right.
Alan reluctantly kind of like goes, okay, off he goes. He says, hopefully. Come on, Roll20.
There you go. Grim's managed to move.
The top door is closed, and someone wants to open it.
Oh yeah. Yep. I can open it for you guys. You've been to the other side of it
I
in
couldn't
the last
walk
session.
through it.
Oh yeah. I think you might have even opened it and closed it last session. It just leads to the part of the corridor where you explored the north door of the goblin room.
Staggering
Can
lag.
you summon up the character? Moves you next to Grim. Farlan, are you able to move? Your character?
I'm not able to do an awful lot.
I cannot even get in Roll20 now.
I mean, I'm in and everything's good. I can see it, but I can't The map's just hanging in a big black space.
Okay, how about that? Next week, find us on Fantasy Grounds. Awesome. Awesome.
I want to stick with.
So-
yeah.
Down this hall, what do we see? Because this was the
So-
other. We saw the other end of this.
You saw on the other end of this is the room full of pillars. This is a very unusual hallway just to your right down here. Yeah, in the middle of the hall is this like the stub of a torch, like a torch that's gone out and just been left there. The whole hallway is full of these. You can see where you are into this little alcove here, and there are these like wide oval-shaped mirrors over each of the alcoves at the end of the alcoves, with these bronze rims. Yeah.
Yeah, I doubt much good can come from walking down there.
I as well grab my dagger and just toss it down the hallway.
I'm watching the game from the stream, but I cannot get into Roll20. I don't know why.
Okay.
Probably will try to get it from my phone. Maybe I can get.
Oh, God bless you, man. Good luck with that.
I ignore this corridor and I go north to have a little peek around the corner.
The dagger kind of skids over the gravel nonchalantly, and nothing happens.
Get a sense of if there's any tracks or any clues, and also.
So, Ogben, as you approach the northern bend, you see these three gnarly-looking creatures at the end of the corridor. You've seen a dead one of these before, actually. You recognise the body as being similar to the dead things that you saw in the Etin's lair. They look a bit like this.
Big ass bugs.
Big ass bugs, and they seem to be not attacking you straight away. They seem to be pretty intent on trying to feed on something lying on the floor at the far end of the corridor.
Cool.
You see all these tentacles and the sucking noises and
What's that noise, Ben? How's that noise?
I would like to sneak.
Sure. Give me a stealth check.
Oh, that's definitely the wrong button. That's the button I'm looking for.
Wow, yeah. Okay, move your character as far as you wish to.
I'm just gonna get within, I'd say, half this distance-y.
Right, up to sort of here.
I'm just trying to see if I recognize the corpse they're eating.
They're all over it. So give me a perception check to see if you get a good angle on that, because they're kind of crawling over the corpse. It doesn't look very pretty at this stage. Yeah, it's difficult to tell. The skin does look like it has a blue tint, but you certainly couldn't.
How are you gonna do this to me, Matt?
Certainly nothing there to identify. It doesn't seem to be a head though.
The corpse. It doesn't look very pretty at this point. We could check. We could try and frighten them off.
As I walk around the corner, I see these.
They don't look like they've noticed you.
Yeah, I think
Alan tiptoes beside you, and his Minotaur hooves. Do.
And I'm just gonna sort of go. What's that, Ben? What's going on? What is it?
Let me think of the things that I can do right quick here. DM, allow me to consult my sheet.
Okay. Are you whispering as you say that, Alan, by the way? Or do I need to start making perception checks? Just checking for the...
I would, I would like to cast Fairy Fire on this one.
Okay.
And then I would like to sneak attack the fuck out of it.
Okay, let's all roll initiative. Let's see. Your stealth was so high, I can't see he's going to notice you.
I think I got him.
Yeah, they are all reacting slowly. Anyway, but yeah, you're good. So you'll get 2 attacks. I'm going to give you the fairy fire as a surprise attack,
Cool.
and you'll still get to attack the hell out of it. I'm going to mark the one that's fairy fired. What color is your fairy fire? Because you have several color options.
Thinking about that, DM, and I think Ogben is probably a violet. I think he's probably a violet.
I was going to go with green because of Orc, but okay.
The problem is that I don't know how to click my stuff.
What do you mean?
This is gonna be painful.
You can tell me what you want to do, and I can open your character sheet and click it, and you can watch on the stream.
I'll do like this. I'll stream.
You doing it on Beyond then? Beyond 20?
Okay, so I'll stream my character sheet on Discord.
Yes.
And I have the roll. I can roll dice on my character sheet because I have the dice. I will do like this because that's basically the only way that I can do it.
Okay, that's good. That's good. This is the most convoluted way to play D&D. We have Discord, D&D, and 3 different platforms. We are going to start looking like the Brady Bunch if we're not careful on the stream. Okay.
Crazy.
Okay, we're gonna let Ogben go. Oh no, sorry, you're gonna Vokin go first. Vokin, you've come around the corner.
What about the initiative? Sorry.
But sorry, no, we're gonna give Ogben the surprise attack. Sorry.
Yeah.
Lee got 22, by the way.
Oh, nice.
I did roll 3 on my initiative. So if you want to put me in the order.
3?
Yeah.
That's disappointing, isn't it?
You're improving, Christian. 10.
It's a paladin thing. Okay, Farlan. Sorry, yeah. Ogben, roll your attack first, please. These things, as you light the first one up with this indigo fairy fire, it kind of straight away stops its feed, and you can see the body. As soon as they start moving away towards you, you recognize the body behind them as being Ezra. With various chunks bitten out of him and several maggoty creatures pouring out of various holes in poor Ezra's body, thanks to the dwarf wound also currently without head. But these creatures all kind of turn as one and and these tentacles start waving towards you to try and chomp. But are you going to hit it first?
Seems
With
so.
which you will gain an advantage. Roll some dice. Oh yeah, it's a hit. It's a hit. Just noticed that.
So 16 piercing.
Nice.
As he does a bit of an avant-garde stab.
Yeah, very nice. And this thing is more used to easy meat and recalls for just a second, but when it kind of turns around back towards you, all its tentacles are like looking pretty angry. Okay, Farlan, it's going to be on you.
Hell of. Okay. So I'm going to cast favourite.
Yep.
Hell of Thorns.
Nice.
Reliable. I'll step up around the corner, get eyes contact from the eyes to have. Loose an arrow. Using thorns. Let's see if this works today.
Yeah, so if you click on, there you go, perfect. It's not a hit, unfortunately.
You get another attack, don't I think?
You do.
I quickly knock another arrow in. have another shot.
Good. It's nice to know you're now rolling like the rest of us, Lee. That's good news. You have 1 week of good rolling. Yeah, despite the
Disappointing.
fact there are these 3 giant bugs in front of you, somehow, despite the tiny corridor and the large bugs, you've managed to miss your target. Your years of training with the bow have all been for this moment, and it sucked.
So
Would
there's
you
some dust in my eye.
Would you like to do
Dust.
anything else? Would you like to do anything else?
I'm going to take a step back and reflect.
Your life choices.
Considers life choices.
Yeah.
Okay, Vulcan, it's on you.
I just look at the orc thing, which I don't know what he is. Just shake his head and just laugh. It's like no was right. And I'll just draw my 2 short swords across my back and charge in.
Okay, so perfect. Was all that for show, or are you going to roll an attack?
First swing.
It's a hit. Yep, that's 10 slashing damage. This thing's looking pretty beaten up.
And I'm going to show my magical helm off for the first time, which he gave me. And I stab my other sword into the ground, and a large mist area appears.
Okay.
So, where is it? I'll get up in a minute.
So are you using this special ability that you can only use once a week?
Yep.
In the first encounter. It's bold! I like
straight.
it. Okay, so the what's going to happen here is the whole room is going to fill with cloud-like mist, like billows of cloud, as this sword plunges into the floor that seemed to roll out of this paladin. And when you use that, Vokin, you do have the option to arrive somewhere else within that cloud. So where would you like your character to end up?
I'm just going to stay where I am. Thanks. As there's like 3 big worms.
Oh no, that's totally cool. But now the room is in a cloud.
30, 50 foot.
There you go.
Awesome.
Nice work. So everything in that will now be, apart from the guy that's verified, will now be at disadvantage to hit, including both of you.
Holy shit, we've got graphics?
Yeah. Except I don't like that one. I don't like the white ring. There's no need for that. The rim around it. Let's try this one. That's better. We've gone up in the world. That'll do.
Production values.
Yeah, well, Christian had made the effort with all the tech stuff, so I thought, why not? Okay. Ogbem. To you again. Yeah.
I guess I'm just gonna keep rolling sneak damage because I have advantage. So.
Yeah.
Hit the button.
That's a sneaky little combo.
Sure is. It's almost like I built this character to mess up your campaign, Matt.
Somebody once told me they were going to do that, but I didn't
have a challenge.
Literally, that is what somebody told me once. Okay. So that is, funnily enough, a hit for 13 damage, and this thing looks like it's on its last tentacles. Like it's hissing, it's turning around, like some of the parasites on it are kind of crawling away from it. And the one behind it is looking at it hungrily.
So going to bonus action.
That's better.
I guess disengage. Because I'm I'm in like cloud, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I'll just disengage.
Cool.
Or cunning action disengage, excuse me. And that's all I got.
Okay. Are you going to disengage then? Move anywhere?
No, I'm just gonna disengage. Well,
Otherwise, you're still engaged.
yeah. How about I disengage and move here?
Yep, you can do that.
Cool.
Oh, you get a clear visual on Ezra as well.
Yeah,
From
I
there.
assume I stepped over his mangled body.
I mean, bits of his limbs are like deflated where they've been so pecked at.
Yeah.
It's fucking unplayable.
So the crawler that's near you, Vokin, is going to take the first ever attack towards Vokin. It's very exciting.
Crit.
First of all, it attacks with its tentacles. Not a crit, but he did roll a 26 for only 6 poison damage. But Vokin, can you give me a Constitution saving throw? Oh, Dave.
What was gonna happen?
You are now poisoned and paralyzed for the next 10 rounds.
Oh, nice.
So that's fun. Yeah, sorry about that. And unfortunately,
Dave.
now
I don't think he is.
So also he's kind of grabbed you and has grappled you with his tentacles. So as he's going to get an advantage on his bite attack. That's very quickly going to follow here. And that is a crit for 12 points of damage.
So how many points of damage was that in total?
So 18 altogether.
Oops.
There you go. And then Grim, it's on you.
Well, that kind of blew up my plans. So I rush forward. Luckily, have just enough stride to get to next to the Goliath and touch him, hopefully restoring his movement. I'm going to go for lesser restoration against the paralysis, not the poison.
Makes sense.
All right, and that's my. And well, let's see. Hold on a second. Let me see if there's.
I'm pretty sure you're curing the poison, and the poison itself is the paralysis.
Yeah, I think that's both of them. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
good.
Poison is causing the paralysis. So you use your magic to draw the poison out of his body, and his rigid limb just relax for a second, and you can see that he's free of it.
All right, then I'll go ahead and that's all I can do really. Yep, that's it.
Alan.
So I don't like looking at these bugs. So the red mist comes down, and I just charge into this one here, which is the first one. I've tried moving my token, but it's not moving. But just put me south of. That's it. There we go. And I will. Take a swing.
Go for it. It hasn't come up on my screen yet.
Wow.
No, still not come up on my screen.
No, there we go. It's the first one.
But it's advantage because this carrion caller is still glowing with the indigo fairy fire, and that's 16 slashing damage. So you killed it.
Coolio.
Its tentacles that were grappling your new Goliath friend kind of retract and shrivel into nothing as this corpse slams onto the floor. The next one, though. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah,
You've got.
Yeah, I'll just sort of like froth at the mouth a little bit and wait for the next one.
The next one is going to crawl dangerously towards Ogben, making an attack with his tentacles again for 4 poison damage. And what is the worst damage ever from a critical hit? Can you give me a Constitution saving throw, please? Ogben?
Yeah, sure. My apologies, Matt.
That's all right.
You said con save?
Yep.
Wait, it knows I'm there? Damn it. That's not good.
Yeah, you're
How much could
paralyzed.
be worse?
Yep. Well,
I'm just
actually, Matt, I don't know that I am.
Okay.
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Let me verify. Let me look at the item, you bastard.
So I take it back. It won't hit you with it will hit you with disadvantage because of the fog, but it's still a hit for 3 poison damage, not 4. My apologies.
Yeah, good enough. I'm trying to view the Ring of Regeneration. For whatever reason, it will not. It's in the inventory, but it will not pop.
Okie dokie. I've got that somewhere. Hang on.
I'm pulling it up in the index right now, Matt.
Okay.
Give me one second.
Like it happens automatically as well.
Yeah, nope. I'm definitely still paralyzed. Cool.
In which case, as he wraps his tentacles around you and the paralysis soaks into your body, he will also try and take a bite out of you as well for good measure.
Sure.
And this one he won't get disadvantage at. For 5 piercing damage.
Okay.
Yeah. And the other one is going to crawl towards you over the body of Ezra and do the same. First of all, 4. 3 poison damage. Don't bother making another saving throw. But it will then bite you for nothing, because the advantage from you being grappled will be cancelled out by the disadvantage of him not being able to see. So just the 3 damage.
Right.
And then Karen, it will be on you.
Yay! Okay, so I see the tentacle guys there, no?
They're in smoke, so probably you've seen where they've gone roughly, but you don't see them directly.
Let me just see if I have the. Nope.
Just testing.
So I'll try to
paralyze.
I'll try to fire a couple of Eldritch Blast on the one that's nearest to me.
Sure.
So Eldritch Blast. Oh, yeah, sorry. Everything is laggy, even on this shit.
Everything is
Is
laggy.
your sheet laggy too?
Yeah.
What a laggy sheet.
Yeah, you don't.
Just testing some audio.
So the first is a miss, and the second one is a 20.
Okay. So that'll be a hit.
And I'll do the damage. It's 10 points of damage.
Nice. Again, it hisses a bit. I'm going to make him take a con save. And he's going to not be grappling. Like his tentacles that were grappling and about to devour Ogben in the corner have kind of retracted as it turns around and seeks to be more aggressive towards the new threat to the west. Roll again for your second blast.
No, my first blast was 2, and the second one was 20.
Oh, okay. I missed the first one, buddy. Okay, that's a hit for the second one. Good job. Any movement from you or anything else?
No, I'll go ahead like 3 square.
Right, 3 squares. No problemo. Farlan, like you've rubbed that dust out of your eye now, I hope.
Yeah, it's all clear. I'm going to take a confident 5 steps forward.
Whoa.
I
Can you
mean
move your
business
character,
now.
or do you need me to do it?
I've done it. Oh no. But you do it in case something goes wrong.
No, no, you did it. You did it. That's good.
Cool. So confident 5 steps forward. While I'm watching Quarry.
Yep.
And then arrow.
You will get disadvantage to hit because you're firing into the smoke.
Okay.
Just to make life more fun.
Okay. In which
So,
case, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. To try and shoot. Use what is it? My feet is ranger.
Sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter. I'm gonna go for it all in.
It's going to be harder to hit, but if you do hit, it's going to book him up.
Yeah.
So go for it.
Yeah, that's the plan. So let's do this.
Lee, both of those rolls sucked, and I'm going to take 5 away from both of them anyway. So yeah.
Fair enough. Not tonight, apparently.
Ogben, you kind of see this like arrow smashing at the ceiling on top of you and kind of fall down at your feet from your paralyzed state. You're like, come on, do something. You can roll again, though, Lee. Are you sharpshooting again or not?
Absolutely not. I'm just going to try and shoot an arrow and not be smart about it.
Okay. No, you rolled another natural 1. You're going to need to. You added 6 to that roll, and you scored 7 twice.
Seriously, I got a bad case of Paul Barron dice, haven't I?
I'm glad I'm not in the room with you, Leo. You'd be throwing those dice at me.
Pretty would.
Okay. Going to be one from Farlan's turn. We're just going to pretend it never happened.
Didn't happen.
Farlan's now having an eye bath. He's like.
There's always a bad batch.
Voken, go for it.
Right. I'm gonna just turn my head and nod my approval to the dwarf for hitting my wound, and I'm gonna pull my sword out the ground, which will draw the smoke all the way back in again to the helm.
Yep.
And I'm gonna charge. Will I get a sneak attack because his back's turned against me? Because he's focusing on devouring Og.
Yep, we'll go with that. He has actually turned around and is not grappling Og, but you'll get flanking because there's only one person next to him and another model, so you're fine.
Okay. So I'm gonna swing with my first sword. Should probably miss one.
It's a miss.
Swing with my second sword.
It's a hit. Nice.
And I'm gonna smite him.
Smite as well.
Oh, another
Is that possible?
paladin.
Go for it.
Paladin.
Ignore that dual style thing.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, he's looking pretty badly beat up. The rest of you just see the smoke clear, drained back into the paladin's helm, and like him, just the sword glow with divine might as it leaves this bright yellow radiant scar in the middle of this tentacled creature, which is now hell bent on devouring Vokin. Anything else from you, Dave?
No, I'll just be in ready stance, whatever.
Nice. Don't know what that looks like, Dave, but I'm going to imagine it's like.
Whatever.
Give
I'll
me a
just
sec.
find some tentacle things. No, whatever. Just swing.
Ogben, would you like to make a Constitution save and do better than the last time?
I mean, ideally, yes, I would like to continue to play the game.
Yep. Okay.
There you go.
Okay. You kind of shake it off, but it takes. Just check if that happens at the end or the start of your turn. Probably happens at the
Probably
end.
at the end of the turn.
Yeah, it's the end of the turn. So you spend your turn kind of shaking this thing off. But you can you flex your muscles. You can see that one's not attacking anymore, and you regain movement in all of your limbs. You feel pretty good, and you no longer take
Excellent.
poison damage either.
I see.
Pretty good turn. Grim, it's on you.
All right, I'll take Sacred Flame on the northwest one.
Yep. That is a save.
I'll move up one spot. That's it.
I've tried to adjust the sheet on these so you can see the rolls. Can you see all the rolls they're making? All right.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
All the tokens in this campaign default to not seeing the rolls. So I'm not trying to be sneaky DM by trying to fudge everything. Although, you know,
We know you better.
sometimes
Yes, you are your
sneaky
sneaky
DM.
We know you better.
Alan,
mate.
it's on you.
So still in
Yeah.
my reckless raginess. This
I
one to
want
the
tentacles on my horns.
far east. Is that still like concentrating on Ogben? Is it?
Oh, he's concentrating on Ben and he's really healthy. He just wants a snack.
Yep. So I'm gonna run into the corner here, and I'm guessing I'll get advantage
Yep.
because I'm behind him, smacking with a great axe of recklessness, and I'm raging.
Yep.
And as I
Reckless, raging,
As
attacks.
as I do it, the great axe sort of glimmers with the radiant energy.
It can glimmer all it wants. It's still going to bounce off its carapace.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though you were singing.
So it bounces off in a very mighty way, so I will action surge it because I'm really angry. And I'll do it again.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get level 5 with this thing. How's that one?
It's a
hit.
It is a hit for 22 points of damage,
Yep.
tearing into on the second attack.
Plus
It looks to be
plus the
very
old,
unwell.
Divine Fury as well.
Oh, yeah. Got ya. It wasn't damaged before, it is now.
Okay.
So it is going to it's going to turn around and attack Alan after that, I think. With its tentacles
think so.
first.
Nope.
For 5 points of poison damage, unless your
No.
armor is 24.
No.
Can you give me a con save as well? How's your con saves compared to intelligence saves?
Yeah.
That'll be better.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Nope. You are poisoned and paralyzed. Congratulations.
You are joking me. Seriously, just kill this character. Somebody just double cross me and take my head off.
Okay.
It's possible.
So I'm poisoned and I'm paralyzed. Brilliant.
Yeah. That's fine. It was fine for me. It's going to bite you as well, by the way. Once you paralyze someone, you've got to have a nibble. That is the gods there.
Yeah.
And he will do an extra 6 points of damage from just trying to take a chill flesh.
Wow.
This new braid is no better than the old one, is it? It's just no better at all. The one next to Vokin, it's going to attack Vokin. First of all, with tentacles. Vokin, what's your armor?
16.
Yep, so that is 4 poison damage and a constitution save, to the surprise of no one.
Is that another paralyzed?
Yep, you are now poisoned and paralyzed. And he is going to try and eat you as well, which he will fail to do as well with his tentacles. So I'm going to give him the 5 piercing damage on your leg. It's kind of grabbing you with his tentacles and kind of pulling you in towards his gaping maw. Karen, you can see clearly now. The fog has gone.
Okay, I'm gonna move up a little bit.
Yep.
Like 5 feet, 5 square. Sorry. and then I will shoot 2 more Eldritch Blast on those guys.
Sweet. Which particular one? They both look similar in health, to be honest. But the northern one next to Vokian, or the one next to Alan?
I'm gonna say that I don't know what it was that I attacked last time. So the one next to Vulcan.
Okay.
So is this 24?
Yeah, I'd say that 24 is a big hit. Roll for damage.
Eventually, I will be able to roll for damage because everything is so laggy today. I don't know.
Okay.
Just so you know, I seem to have lost everything on the stream.
11 points of damage with the first one, and the second one is go. 23. So it should be it.
Seeping through your veins for 4 points of damage.
Oh, nice. Cheers.
And you can roll and you can con save to see if you can recover from the paralysis. The paralysis.
Can I use? I don't know if I can actually. It's a bit late, but I've got what is it? Stone's endurance, so I can. I'll just link it in chat. Be easier.
Yep. Reactions roll d12. Add your constitution. And just damage that total.
But it's not a reaction, though, is it?
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, I guess you could do that for the poison damage. Whether you think it's worth it for 4 points of damage, it's up to you.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's go.
Okay.
Thank fuck I did.
Yep. So you fail your constitution save, but you need to roll a d12 now to see how much you reduce the damage by from the poison. Yep, so it's all the poison damage is negated, but you are still paralyzed.
Sorry.
Ogben, you are not paralyzed. You shrugged it off, and you are right next to one of these horrible maggoty creaturey things.
So, getting his feeling back in his limbs, he's just gonna take the rapier and not even stand up and just slash across its like lower extremities.
He loves those lower extremities. He's not going to like it.
I'm sure, and I assume I also get sneak because I am. Because
Yeah,
it's
he's
engaged
focused.
with a
He's focused on eating a minotaur right now. You're okay.
cool.
Sorry, Chris.
Moo.
It's a hit. Oh my god, he is nearly dead. Nearly dead. It's a good hit, and bits of his under tentacle and inside kind of separate from his body and slide onto the floor, and it's oozing with this grey pus-like stuff.
I'm going to disengage and sort of move. Oh my god, move! Yeah,
Move.
we're gonna sort of take a protective, aggressive stance over what's left of Ogben's body, or excuse me,
I mean,
Ezra's body.
I can see why you'd see this frozen minotaur being slowly devoured by a carrion crawler. Why you think he's probably going to be okay on his own there.
He's fine.
Okay.
As you walk away, do you say, "You've got this, Alan.
Yeah,
You've got this."
got it.
I don't think Ogben. I think being being the character that he is, he's like, oh, I can slash. Slashes, rolls away, and then just sort of possessively stands over top of what's left of Reg's body.
Nice. I like it. Grim, what would you like to do?
All right, I'll try Sacred Flame one more time.
Nice. He's failed. How do you want your Sacred Flame to end this combat?
Let's just say it goes right down his maw, engulfing his head.
Oof. Yeah, I mean, there's not much left of the bottom half, having been rapiered quite a bit. But you just see his head explode in this divine flame as he sinks to the floor, leaving you alone. But I want to keep you on time order because I want to see if what happens with these guys' paralysis for a bit and how much damage they're going to take. Lee, put the bow away. It's over. It's over, man.
It wasn't. One would argue it wasn't. It was never out.
Don't worry, I'm
Grim,
sure we're not done yet.
That's fine.
Have it nearby.
Alan, could you take some damage, please?
Okay, how much would you like to take?
I'd like you to take 4.
4 damage.
And then I would like you to pass a con save.
Do I have to? Yeah, I have to, don't I?
Don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Does it, I can do nothing else this turn, right?
No, but there's nothing else to attack currently, so you're okay.
Okay.
Karen, is there anything you wish to do?
I'm gonna go like to the Minotaur.
Yep.
And I'm gonna touch him.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna end the poison effect on him.
The Minotaur's fine, but if you mean the Goliath, you can do so.
Yeah, the Goliath. Sorry.
That's okay. In which case, you guys are now out of, as you drain the poison and the paralysis from him. You guys are now out of combat time, and I can describe the room in a little bit of detail. There's like a bench on the right hand side. There's a few burnt torch stubs, and there are some discarded potion bottles kind of under the bench, but they're all empty. Looks like adventurers may have stayed here before from just the debris lying around. Oh, yeah, and there's the decapitated, mangled body of a fish person in the middle of the floor.
So I'll sort of go to the body and say, "Is that who I think it is?" Recognizing.
I thought you were going to say. I was going to say, are you all right, Ezra?
Yeah. Are you okay, mate? Do you want to get up?
Take his pulse. Sorry, carry on.
I don't think that if anybody has been staying in Waterdeep for any amount of time, they would very much recognize, particularly given the state of the armor he's probably wearing, they would very much recognize House Eamon's crest on one of his pauldrons and probably somewhere on his chest piece.
Yep.
I recognize it.
So it would be pretty easy between blue skin and the armor he's wearing to be able to determine that this is probably Ezra Eamond.
Yeah, there's no real doubt. I mean, there's all sorts of clues. He hasn't he hasn't lost all of his bodily features, but one of his arms, it's like his bicep has been chewed off.
This is a grisly way to present his body back to the family, though. What are we going to do? Are we just going to take it back up?
Ben sheathes his rapier. Might I suggest using that bauble that Apple Core gave you and having her deliver this to the temple and then let him make his way home?
Yeah,
Assuming...
agree.
I pull out the stone. By the way, do we get a discount if we bring back this part of his body? I mean, it was 4,500 with just the head.
Okay, so you do actually get a discount because technically he's been dead for 2 days, which is under 3 days, which is one of the key points for resurrection, and with his head and his body, despite the mangled state, and technically there are no missing parts, which again supports the resurrection. So there may well be a negotiable discount.
Okay. I pull out the rainbow. I pull out the rainbow stone and rub it. And does it activate in any way? Since I don't really know how to use it.
Yeah, it does activate. A wall of fire appears somewhere near the north wall. You kind of step back as this whole it's like a 20-foot wall of fire appears. And from it you hear a voice. Hello? Hello? Is this thing on? Can you hear me? Hello? What's that?
Apple Core, is that you?
Sure. Why not? It's me.
We found Reg's body.
Oh. This is exciting news. Is it still in one piece, more or less? Other than the head, we have the head.
Yes, it is. Would you mind transporting it to our temple and asking them to provide the services we negotiated? We have, in fact, the 1,500 GP IOU that you so graciously offered us for the.
Oh, that will do nicely. Thank you. I think with this 1,500 IOU, we can we can sub any additional coin, and we can have him write us raid in no time. With that, consider the IOU paid then, and we'll take care of the resurrection.
Excellent. Thank you, Apple Core.
The slate is clean. It will take a little bit of work to, let's say, smooth things over. She then says, "Is Ogben there?"
I am here.
What say you on this?
This probably the best. It's probably best that he is delivered to the temple, and I think things with the family will probably. Well, I think Lady Eamon will be glad to see her son.
I hope so.
Right. Okay, and I assume we're still on board with the secrecy thing, where none of you say to anyone else outside of this dungeon what happened with the very important man paladin.
Mm-hmm. I just
Are we all,
Yep.
we all
Agreed.
agree? Listen, since we now owe you nothing, and the watch posts are gone, we are very, very happy if you continue looking for any signs of Xanathar you can find in this dungeon, and make your way to Skullport slowly. And there is coin in for you if you can, if you manage to make it there in one piece, and if you find any other evidence of Xanathar, and if you found any of those special magic items we've been talking about, there's still a way to make coin. So if you are happy to continue our arrangement, then we can support that.
Oh yeah,
That's okay for me.
I'm very happy that we've managed to find Reg's body, and we're getting his body out of the dungeon.
Is Vulcan there? Vulcan, honey,
Eyes here.
Vulcan, are they behaving themselves now?
Yeah.
They do any more decapitations? Any more mad dwarves?
No, this orc mischief though.
Orcs are orcs. If they're keeping each other's limbs safe, it's what I'm trying to find out here. Is how much liability we're talking?
They're in line. Don't worry.
Righto.
I'd look at the rest of the group and then look at Vulcan and go, just shake my head. What's he up to? I don't know. A bit weird.
Why did the Minotaur tell me about there's some elf there now? He's not one of us.
Yeah,
I've moved away from the group and just collecting to see what arrows I can retrieve from misses. It's separate from the group.
You can recover half your arrows.
Applecore, we found him tied up further down the dungeon, and he's helping us out.
But he's just hearing all our secret plans. Is he trusted? Do we trust him?
Well, he certainly is trustworthy so far, Applecore. It's fine.
And if you take him with you, he'll be entitled to a cut of the pay. Are you all happy there?
Well, that's if he survives.
Well, I'm hoping for a little less collateral damage. Anyway, is there anything else I need to know about level 1, or are we good here?
It's taken us 6 weeks for level 1, Applecore, so I would come back in about 12 months and see how we get on at level 2.
Okay. I thought you meant 4 days. Maybe time moves differently in the dungeon of the Mad Mage.
It definitely feels like 6 weeks in this dungeon.
Wow, and that's without a brain.
Twice.
Your Minotaur does math. Okay, just if you could pass the body through the ring of fire, as usual, as is perfectly normal to do. Throw the fish through the ring of fire, and we'll take care of the rest.
I'll pick the body up and pass it through.
As it goes through, it looks like it becomes black and charred as it passes through the ring of fire.
So I've just cremated it.
Guys, just be careful out there, okay? We have the body.
We'll try our best, Applecore.
And just so you know, one of our ex-colleagues, your cat friend Shiro, remember him?
Oh yes.
He came out and he was pretty pissed off. I think he was gathering some friends, and he was talking quite loudly and brashly about going into to find. I think the expression was those fucking barbarian evil zealot dwarfs.
Oh. Well, we'll have to.
Sounds charming.
Yeah. So if he comes back down here, we'll have to deal with him, I guess. We'll have to try and cover our tracks, guys.
Okay. I'm just warning you that diplomacy may already have passed on that one.
Well,
If you see him, I can highly recommend you run or kill. He doesn't sound very happy.
well, let's wait to see what happens when he turns up.
Oh, good. I can see that you're men of plans. When people say, let's wait and see what happens, it'll be fine, I feel very reassured. I'm going to go now. Try not to get yourself killed.
We'll try, Applecore.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.
The fire disappears as if doused by a bucket of water.
Okay.
Anyone need of healing at all? Just want to see how you guys are all faring.
Yeah, I could do the little bit. I'm 43 out of 58.
All right.
Should be fine.
In terms of RP, from a scale of 1 to 58, you look about 45 health.
Yeah. Well, I've got 58 notches on my arm, and 43 have gone.
Okay.
All right.
That was such lazy RP, wouldn't it? My God.
All right, Alan. Let me fix you up.
Yeah, I've got a little bit of a cut on my arm here. Ooh, a bit sore. Smarts.
Minotaur got a hurty.
Got hurty.
All right. So 7, 8, 9, 10 hit points.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm feeling
Better?
10 better. Thanks, Grim.
Vulcan, you could use a little bit of help, assistance.
Yeah, I'll accept the assistance.
Ooh. 13 for you.
He's
I hope that helps you.
He's only been here 5 minutes and he's got more than
I
me.
reply back in thanks in Dwarfish because I can speak Dwarf. So
Man after my own heart. So, do we go talk to the Thespians, or do we skip them and head on down towards second level?
Well,
Sounds like Shiro's left.
It sounds as well like you have this is out of game and out of character. You've hit your 5th experience milestone out of 6. You are 1 experience milestone from level 6, guys. Well done.
Cool. So we need to find this last one.
Extra attack.
I'm not. I'm 2 levels away from extra attack.
Oh, you're kidding me.
No.
Before we move on, can I cast? Like to have a good berry in the morning. Doesn't. I'm gonna cast. I've got 10 good berries in my hand now. Like a good berry for 1 hit point restored.
Oh yeah, I like those berries. You gave them to me last time, didn't you, Elf? Yeah, I love one of them.
They tasted really good.
Just one hit point, is it?
1 hit point.
Yum.
Anyone else want one? There's 9 left.
Pluck one out of your hand, and I just sort of stick it in like a top pocket of my tunic.
Remember, there's only
I'm
nine
gonna cast false life on myself.
Oh, I want another 4 of them. Oh, give me another 4.
Okay.
No.
5 left for me if nobody wants them.
I'm fine.
So now I've got like
chair.
this like red gunk all over around my Minotaur beard.
Instantly regret giving him the berry.
But they're so tasty. They're so tasty, those good berries. Ooh.
Good berries, right? That's the clues in the name.
Have you used your tea set this long rest, Minotaur?
No, I've not been back yet, have I? I've not been back.
Nope. Just checking.
It's no, not yet. Yeah, it's not time for tea. We need to get going, guys. Okay, out of character in that game. So we found all the outposts. We've got Reggie's body. What else are we supposed to be doing? I forgot.
Well, we didn't go to the north. The Thespians did offer to pay us coin if we defeat the goblins, which we did. So we go back there and explore. We also there's more to the southwest. Again, I'm not sure what the milestones are. Or there's level 2. So north, southwest, or level 2, I think.
I think we should go north, southwest.
Got Thespians.
Yeah,
the Thespians. They owe us some coin.
Yeah,
we did their deed.
Agreed. Let's get the money.
DM.
Yes.
Would Obi know anything about the fakes up north, even though he wasn't here when this group found them?
He would know about a group of vampires. He might not know they're fake.
Okay.
Like, there are rumours about the vampires flying around all over the place topside, but I think you're the first party that have not been extorted by them. So he probably wouldn't know that they weren't real, unless the group have told him.
I don't believe that was a conversation that happened, so I will labor under the pretense, using the context clues of the dwarf calling them Thespians and the fucking rumors of vampires. Put it together.
In terms of group goals, do not forget the Trello has all of your group goals listed that you've decided on so far. One of your goals is not to lose Alan's brain again, according to your list.
No, who would have put that up there?
You've got to find the noble or proof of the Viper's brother lies somewhere in the dungeon. You've got to find the alabaster throne.
Yeah.
You have a debt to pay in Skullport, and you had the riddle about the bronze visage. On your current list.
Let's go back to the Thespians.
Let's go back to the Thespians. Ben, for your benefit, there are a host of vampire impersonating rogues that we bumped into. They wanted us to destroy the goblins, which we did. So not only do they owe us coin, they also attacked us when Shiro departed. So we owe them a debt. So we should go north. And by the way, I think ridding the vampires from this dungeon might, since we know they're well known up top, might gain us some notoriety.
Agreed.
Especially if we can prove their demise.
Yes.
That.
Cool. Okay.
Now, do we want to go through this mirrored hall or the long way around? That's the question.
So the mirrored hall had the torch stub in the middle. Now it's also got a dagger in the middle that someone threw there. And they are like bronzed set mirrors in these little stone alcoves.
Well, let's go down and look at the mirror. I can't be bothered to walk all the way around, guys.
Yeah, let's look at the mirror.
So I'll go there.
I'm gonna go have a look at the first mirror to the north. Look around it. Is it attached to the wall? Can I find anything
as you're
unique?
doing that, are you gonna kind of? I guess you'd be touching it in order to do this.
I want to look into it first before I touch anything. What does it reflect? My beautiful visage?
It does reflect your beautiful visage.
Huh.
You kind of look at your beard and you think, "Been a while since I summoned my beard comb there."
Can I ask the group how these Hall of Mirrors have worked before? Are you expecting portals?
I don't think we've seen before, have we?
No, we did not go down this
Okay.
hall.
I was
gonna say I toss a coin at the mirror.
It disappears.
A copper piece. Well, there we go.
There's a portal. Hall of Mirrors, presumably they're all
Not
portals.
necessarily a portal. Like, you don't see like a ripple in the mirror. It's more like the coin disappears and carries on, and you hear it like clink as if it's hit something like a wall behind it.
That was a bit weird, Grim. Where'd your coin go? Where'd your coin go, Grim? It's gone.
I tossed it into the mirror, and it seems to be a portal to a different locale. You can hear it though through. Shall we be so bold as to tie a rope around the Minotaur and have it go through?
Whoa! Whoa!
Push the Minotaur through. Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
I'll pull
We
you back.
resort
Well,
to throwing the Minotaur into an unknown.
yeah.
Can I take a good hard look at this mirror and just give it the rogue touch?
Well, if you
I've got.
give me an investigation check. When you say the rogue touch, are you touching the mirror?
Like a firm eye to determine, like, clearly it's magical. Can I determine any other properties from it?
Not really.
Okay.
Okay,
Not without-
I'm gonna tie a rope around a dagger, or actually just a torch, and I'm gonna toss not a Minotaur. We'll start with inanimate objects, and I toss it through the mirror, holding onto the rope.
Pete, you can roll investigation if you wish. Apologies.
Cool.
You do toss the dagger through, and you hear the dagger clatter to the floor, and the rope doesn't get stuck like halfway up the mirror. The rope goes like right to the bottom of the mirror, almost like falling through it, almost as if the mirror wasn't there and there's something behind it.
All right,
So we should make Dave's character go first.
Well, I pull on the rope and try to pull back the dagger. Does it come back through?
It's weird. It does come back through, and it comes right out like trailing along the floor, like out of the bottom of the mirror, like out of the frame almost. Like rather than out of the middle of it, it's like this thing's hit the floor, and it's like you're pulling it back as if the mirror's not even there.
Gotcha. And it looks in good shape. Conditions fine.
This looks like the mirror has no substance based on the way it's interacted with the dagger.
I suggest we go through the same process with at least one other mirror.
All right. Go down to the next one. How about on the south wall?
Sorry.
Where Vulcan is.
Yeah, sure. What are you going to do?
Same thing. Toss the rope, the dagger with the rope tied around it at the glass.
You hear a big smash, and shards of glass hit the floor as the mirror shatters into about 1,000 pieces. There is no more mirror in the Southern Alcove.
Right. So what I do is I take a torch out, just the torch without lighting it, and I go to the next mirror and tap it. Does it tap?
This one? Yeah, that taps.
It taps. How about the one up here?
Tap, tap, tap.
That one? The next one over?
Straight through.
Straight through. All right, so we have two portals. One here and one here.
I'm still at the first one where the Grim threw his coin in, and I look at it and I notice that my beard is all covered in red, and I'm like, oh, for God's sake, berry everywhere. I'm gonna stick my head in the. And I'm just sort of gonna stick my head in the mirror. I'm just completely curious as to what's going on.
I was gonna use Mage hand, but hey.
No, I'm literally like I can't get over this what's happened. So I'm literally gonna just go like that and stick my head through the mirror.
It's pretty dark, but you don't feel anything as your head goes through.
Doing that.
You haven't got dark vision either, have you?
I don't think so.
You find your head in a dark cavity, and in terms of all the clues you've got around you, it doesn't seem any different from the outside of the alcove, except this is clearly behind the mirror, almost like the mirror is illusionary.
So I'm going to light a torch and then bring the torch, not still inside, and my torch is going to be lit, and I'm going to put the torch in through the mirror as well. So now my head and the arm with my torch is through the mirror, and I'm going to shout.
The cavity is mostly empty, except for a bronze mask laying against one corner of the wall.
Bingo.
Guys, can they hear me? Guys, I'm shouting out. Guys.
Yeah, they can hear you. They can't see your head, but they can see your body shouting.
Yeah. Guys, and then I'm gonna step through. Just do it. Done. I'm through the mirror.
Sorry, Pete. I did see an investigation check, but events with Alan's head were overtaking me.
Fine. It's fine. I mean, I was gonna use Mage Hand, but I mean,
your investigation check.
just
You discovered this
head
is
in
a
there,
deadly
so-
item, and just as his head goes through, you realise, don't put your head through the.
And so I'm in this cavern then, right? Is it like a room? Just a room.
It's not like a big cavern. It's like the space behind the mirror. Like you haven't teleported anywhere. It's just the mirror's illusionary, and there's like a little bit more of the alcove behind it.
So can I hear the guys behind me?
Can I grab him?
The guys behind you. Yeah.
And I mean, strength is not my thing, but can I try and like pull him through back through the mirror?
Alan, are you happy to be pulled backwards by a friend?
I'm quite intrigued and fixated by this room and the thing that's in front of me right now. So you can try and pull me back.
Contested check between
a
minus.
I think as a big Minotaur, I'd probably be quite like.
Yeah, you can assist.
He didn't even feel it.
Yeah, I wouldn't even feel it.
Voken grabbed the other shoulder. No, Voken's grabbed the other shoulder to give you advantage on the check because he's assisting.
Okay, I think I've rolled
So, Alan,
it.
you give me a strength check, please. I can't see it up there. Your strength check.
Hang on. It's taken a while to come through on thing, I'll be honest.
There you go. Oh, you came through twice, but 17 against the 19. So yeah, you get pulled back out of the of the space.
What's going on, guys? Nothing's happened. Literally, there's something in there. There's a mask in there or something weird. I want to get it. What are we doing? I nearly got it.
I think I can get it.
I'll pin him by the shoulder and against the wall. So let the rogue do it.
Og looks up and points at him. You just got that brain back. Fucking use it.
Oh, wow! Look, it just fascinated me. The coin went, and I couldn't help myself.
Christian, this is 2 campaigns in a row that I have to babysit your fucking characters.
Keep going. It's funny.
Guys, there's something in there. There's definitely something in there. There's like a mask or something. Look, take this torch. You stick your head in there and have a look. You have a look then. I pass the torch to Ben.
DM, I would like to summon the Mage Hand and send the Mage Hand through and just have it like pat around on the inside, and if it finds something to grab it.
It grabs it. It grabs the bronze mask. And is it reappearing?
Yeah, I mean, once it grabs something, I'm having it come back.
Yeah. It comes back, and it comes back to you, kind of holding this bronze mask.
See, look, there it is. I told you it was in there. There it was. Look, amazing.
But did you see how none of my body went in there, and I still retrieved it?
So
I don't care. If there's anything in there to fight, I'd have fighted it. Unless it's one of those brain things, then I'll come back out again. Anything else, I'll have it.
What would you have done if you stuck your fucking head in there and one of the brain things latched onto your skull?
Yeah, good point. Oh well, nothing happened. It's fine.
Them, Cal.
It's fine. Nothing happened. We're okay. And we found this thing.
The mask is molded in the shape of like an oldish man with like a beard. Eyes look narrow. Face looks old. Looks kind of wise.
So the hand is sort of holding it like this, like it's gross.
Yeah, it's not a mask like you could wear with a back. It's like a carnival mask. It's bronze.
Right. Is there a significance to this?
Well, we did come across a
addressing
statue.
the group.
Yeah, there was a statue that said, "Gaze upon me with your bronzy visage," or what have you. I suggest we try it out with this thing.
Good.
It
Yeah,
seems to
yeah,
be-
that's it. Yeah, definitely.
Why don't you hold on to this, and if we make our way back to that statue, give it a shot. Why don't we see if there's anything else hidden behind these mirrors?
There's a second door, isn't there?
Well, there's another one.
There's another one here. Alan, you want to look through?
Yeah.
Boy, is the mage hand still floating around in front of us? Can you send your hand through this other one?
Well, he's got hold of the thing, hasn't he?
I will have it drop the mask into like a side saddle bag, and then I will follow along and try and shove it through any of these, or any and all of these, DM. If you want to expedite it, just tell me what to roll or
Good. So, Mage Hands goes through this mirror, empty cavity behind an illusionary mirror. Tap, 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 normal mirror. Tap, 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 normal mirror. This one down here, illusionary mirror, empty cavity behind. And as he taps them all, they're either the ones that are illusionary don't have anything else behind, and the other mirrors seem real and mirror-like. It takes you about 10 minutes to do this after all the sort of faffing around, and after you have to drag Alan out of a few more who's forgotten again about the advice you've given him, and just kind of move, and you're like, no, we've been through this.
These are so cool.
Don't put your head in the mirror.
Intellect devoured twice. Does he have like reduced intellect at this point?
Yeah, I'm pretty mindless to violence and stupidity. So look out.
Okay. We're going to stop there for a second. Okay, so you as you all move past this last mirror, something happens. As Vokin goes past the mirror, a copy of Vokin that looks identical to him steps out, and behind him a copy of Grim and a copy of Ogben, like three more party members that look exactly the same as you guys, kind of pop out. They look in full color for a second, but they kind of merge into the shadows, and each of those three raises a weapon in attack. You're going to need to roll for initiative.
Oh, he's undead by chance. Does my senses go nice? Or manic?
Yeah, you can detect a little bit of undeadness here.
So we're sorry, I missed that. We're wrong for initiative, are we?
Yeah, sorry, did you blink?
I got distracted by a text.
That's all right.
So got distracted by another mirror.
Yeah.
Vokin and Grim and Ogben have caused shadowy copies of themselves to emerge from the mirror behind them as they walk past.
Hang on then. Initiative time, yeah?
My initiative is 19.
My initiative rolling is not good tonight.
Good. Jesus Christ.
I don't know why it went nuts like that, but I assume you take the first one, DM.
No, just pick the highest after rolling 3. Yeah, first one. I can't see you in the turn order, Ogben. I'm going to throw you in.
Yeah, it's because I was trying to click the token and somehow I ended up on my character sheet.
Farlane, you're in the token order. Alan, you are in the token order. Who am I missing then? Grim. No, I've got Grim. Have I got everyone? Oh, no, I haven't got Karen.
Yeah, 19.
Nice. You still having no luck at all with roll 20, buddy?
No, because it's lagging and it's so difficult.
Okay, so what you see, because you're closest to these things emerge from the mirror looking like your friends, and for a second you do like a double take, but then very quickly they kind of can't hold the colour parts of their form, and they shift into the shadows, and the one closest just to the south of you looks like an identical copy of your friend Grim, but it merged out of the very shadows. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna cast Duel to I'm in melee. I'm gonna attack with my sword. With my
Okay.
sword. Just in front of me.
Yeah, it's just
It's a 17 to hit.
17 to hit. You are good. And
I'm gonna roll you the damage.
What sort of damage is it? Sorry.
Oh shit! Sorry.
It's the sword, so it's
Okay.
It's 11 points of damage.
Nice. And it's a very magical weapon. Describe your sword again for the group, because I found the picture to show everyone. As you kind of raise it and start to attack with this thing,
It's very cool.
it looks a bit like this. So yeah, that's a hit on the first one.
Yeah, that's my only attack. And,
Nice. Farlan, what
Right.
you've while the rest were looking at these mirrors, you've been like, aim the bow, don't aim the bow, aim to the floor. You're like Hawkeyeing it up and down the corridors.
Full of thorns.
Okay.
You rubbing your lucky
roll-
arrow.
Roll for Hail of Thorns first.
Lucky
you click
bear.
on that.
Lucky bear, come on.
That should tell me how much damage you do.
Lucky
And
bear.
I don't have any more fresh beer, sorry.
I clicked it as it comes
That's-
through.
Oh, so good.
I can't see it, by the way, buddy. If you underneath the hit dice box, you can see the box with all the attacks in. So click on Hail of Thorns there. It should roll through. If
That's what I've been doing.
yeah, I think it just might be leg. What level are you going to cast it at?
Level 1.
Level 1. That is wow. That's max damage. That's 10 damage for anyone that doesn't dodge after your attack. And are you going to sharpshoot this thing?
No.
Yes, yes.
So, try and hit it.
Okay.
Came through, I think.
That is a hit.
Boom.
Yeah.
Your lucky arrow worked,
So-
apparently.
Roll for damage. It's the first thing you've hit tonight. The seventh shot was the lucky one. 4 piercing damage. Blimey, this was just so worth the wait, you know?
Oh, hang on. Holy horsey.
Were you shooting the one that's injured, the one closest to you, by the way?
Yeah, always the one closest.
Okay.
Nothing where I have something.
Alan and
Hello.
Karen, can you make dexterity saves, please?
Why dexterity? Can I make like another charisma saving throw?
No, I'm going to ask you to do dexterity because the sky is currently filling with a rain of thorns surrounding you.
Ah, shit.
10.
So yeah, you take Alan. You take 5 points of damage from the thorns that spring
How about
from.
Fucking where'd these bloody things come from? The fuck?
And did you save it, by the way, Karen?
No, I roll a 10.
So you take 10 points of piercing damage from the thorns as well.
Jesus. I was like, pick this thorny arrow out of my neck. And it's like, the fuck?
Bad.
But the shadowy copy of Grim dissipates, and the one behind it, although the thorns don't seem to hurt it too much, it does take some damage from the raining down magical thorns.
I can shoot again, this time without health thorns.
See, that's the one bad thing about some AoE, Lee. It was all
Yeah.
good last session. We had a room full of goblins, but
To my favour last time. I'm just gonna shoot another arrow quickly.
in embarrassment.
Before anyone noticed what just happened.
Lee, what you need to do is you need to shout, "Shit! I think these things have thorns."
Yeah, one of them's a ranger.
These things fire thorns when you shoot them. Watch out, people.
Roll for damage, Lee.
I just done that. Oh yeah, sorry.
That's good. Yeah, like what happens is that though it hits and does some damage, it's like an etherealness soaks up most of the damage. So like it's almost like it's resistant to your arrow, and it kind of clutters on the floor without the satisfying thud that you come to expect after that kind of meaty hit.
I hit something and then it goes straight through it.
Pretty much, it did a little bit of damage, but not a lot.
The magic folk, I'll over to you.
Vokin, you did a thing though, Lee. You did mainly damage to the party. But you
Do
did
damage to my other guys, yeah.
Lee's having the best night of D&D ever.
Vokin,
in one motion.
Is a copy of you just here, just to the south of Grim there.
Nice. I'm just going to own myself. That's fine.
It's like Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
In one quick motion, one action, I'm going to draw my swords and charge without thinking. And
Nice.
unleash it into myself.
Supposed to keep us out of trouble? Wasn't that like a specific goal?
The thing is, I didn't start this trouble. I'm ending it.
He's keeping us out of trouble. He's just getting himself into it.
With
the thing
himself.
flickers as your sword passes through it without harm.
Okay.
The second
attack,
time, the second attack, you do manage to do some damage, but not as much as you'd expect. Again, the sword passes somewhat straight through.
And I'm going to smite him. The undead. Is he undead?
You can tell that he is with your divine sense, if that's what you're using.
Yeah.
But
Good old smite.
yeah, you do. You your last divine smite is this radiant beam of light smashes this thing in half, and the two halves of the shadow just like dissipate into the sky. There's one left. The grim, the slightly shorter but equally threatening shadow with a beard that needs a comb. And Grim, it's on you, and you're facing yourself.
I'm going to cast
Metaphorically against your inner demons.
Sacred Flame.
No problem. Nope. 15's a save, right? DC 15, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. Grim's learned from the last few sessions that he wants to conserve as many shots as he can, spells as he can, for just pumping healing out. It's like, slots.
I was debating turning them, but you guys did such short work of two of them, I figured I'd save that too. So I'll just wait here.
Okie doke, Ogben.
Right, so I guess OB hears this shit going on behind him. And I'd say he probably steps out away from that. And then that thing's not currently engaged with anyone, is it?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, I suppose technically it's engaged with Grim. Technically it's toe to toe.
Spicy. Nope. Though it would have been pretty funny if I fired an arrow better than the ranger.
Yep, but he's being flanked, so we can let you do that.
Dope. Yeah, so never one to fail at anything. Ogben threads the needle between his two compatriots.
And that's enough to finish taking him down.
And Ogben is a super fucking cool character, so he doesn't even acknowledge that was dope as fuck, and just slings the bow back around his back and then continues on what he's doing.
Sure.
Well,
combat is over.
Guys, did you see that?
But we have three folks on the opposite side of that mirror, right?
Yeah, you do.
They did come to light as soon as we walked by.
Can we smash the mirrors that
smash the southern mirror.
No. Shall I stick my head? Let me go and stick my head in it. Let me
I
go.
think smash the mirrors that the doppelgangers came through.
Oh yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Right there.
Okay, guys.
Did we, DM? Did we notice if they came through the illusory mirrors or the real mirrors?
It was this mirror to the south, which when you tapped was a genuine mirror.
Do me smash it. Do me smash it. I'll smash it. I'll smash the fucking mirror.
You can smash it.
Okay.
That's where he gets sucked into it.
You can move up towards it and give me an attack roll.
Okay.
Oh.
I hope I'm not going to get sucked off by the mirror.
Give me an advantage because it's not heavily trying to dodge out the way.
Smash!
Sure, you do. You kind of as you look into it, this like apparition of you made of the shadows starts to form. But as it starts to form, you raise Minos and it raises its axe, and you both swing the axe towards each other. And just as it's about to gain corporeality, there's a smash, and the pieces drop to the floor, leaving a shadow of yourself behind for just a second before it dissipates as the magic from the mirror drains.
Guys, did you see that?
In my head.
That was me.
In my head, I was expecting you to
It was all you, buddy. All you.
you broke a mirror.
Okay. I love playing this less intelligent Minotaur. I think he's going to be good fun. He's going to be good fun.
Good job, Alan. Well done.
So, did he like lose all of his cooking recipes too because they're like some higher function of his brain? So if he was like a head chef or a sous chef,
just said it. He's lost 50% of his recipes.
Yeah, I can do baked beans, but without the toast.
I think if you're headbutting shit, I think you can make toast. I think baked beans are beyond good.
Well, no.
I'm pretty sure it's always fucking burned.
I'm sitting here as a DM thinking, how can I make this baked bean toasting relevant to the campaign at some point? I'm looking close.
I just felt that Alan's brains are like destroyed twice. He's going to come out with some sort of like, not disability, but he's going to be a little bit ineffective in the thinking department.
Yeah, I agree.
So just be careful because he will. He's not going to be very clever.
I imagine you as Robert De Niro in Taxi Driver. It's like it's pretty functional, but it basically never being normal.
Yeah.
So you guys start to head to the north by the looks of it, which is towards where the vampires were.
Now the vampires, I believe, were down the eastern corridor.
So north here, and then the vampires, were along this corridor here.
Yeah.
Anyone that can't move their character, keep shouting at me, and I'll make sure they keep up.
Move me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh wow. Roll 20. Other streaming services are available is being really bad. I literally lost everything. Well, let me switch.
Lee, I was trying to help you catch up, and I think you accidentally moved back down again. I'm going to put you up here with the rest of the group.
Yeah, just stick me up there. I'll find us.
I think that one of the biggest problem is that this map, with all of these visual enhancement effect, is so difficult to load.
Yeah, I think it's where the servers are located because I have no problems whatsoever. Here in California.
I want to move into California.
I can do that. Well, not right now.
Yeah.
No, not right now.
I don't think it's the right time to move to America.
No.
I mean,
tragically, I think I'll be okay, but
I'm okay in Italy.
An invisible wall.
Yeah, there's a wall here.
Oh, that's weird.
Is there a door?
It's just a shadow effect, Matt. It's still there for me too, but I could move through it.
Oh, there we go.
Right, I'm going to stop clicking things because it's really not happy at the moment with me. I'll keep the stream on the videos.
Okay.
This is as far as we got.
So is the exit where you remember the fake vampire thespians retreated? There were also some initially that came from this corridor over here, which also remains somewhat unexplored. You've gone a little way down the corridor. There was a door to the north and a door to the south, but yeah. This room, of course, has its 3 defiled statues of Waterdavian-looking nobles with goblin graffiti all over them. Anyone speak Goblin?
Ooh.
Nope.
Nope.
Dwarvish, Infernal,
Nope.
Undercommon, and Common.
I might. Hold on.
I do
I
not.
don't remember where to look that shit up in Roll20 though.
Far left, down on your main sheet, to the left,
Yeah.
with proficiencies.
I certainly do.
Oh, well then you can read this. There's obscenities. There's like, fuck Waterdeep. This guy's got a cock bigger than my nose. It's just like, big butts. This guy eats shit. There's just all these the stuff that the goblins have found hilarious at some point, scribbled all over it in charcoal. A couple of the heads have been taken off, and they've been replaced by these makeshift heads that it looks like the goblins have built as well, just to have great fun with these statues and use their artistic talents. Like some goblins gone to town and failed every performance check for 3 weeks, scoring multiple critical failures.
Little unrefined comedy for Obi, so he.
I just let out this almighty bullish laugh at one of them. Just like, that guy's got a penis the size of his nose.
Noted. So a large echoey laugh floats to the north, through to the north and west corridors, filling the dungeon with the beautiful sound of laughing Minotaur for miles around.
Give the Minotaur a stern look, suggesting that he might shush,
Right.
lest we attract the foes.
If we do, we'll just kill him. For God's sake, it's not a problem.
And by the way, don't
It's
forget
literally like a bullet in a china shop.
Yep.
there were doppelgangers as well. Just recall. Shall we go north?
Oh yeah, Grim. Yeah, you're right. Those things are a bloody pain, they are. Let's go north then. I'll follow Grim.
Inquire to the group that we have not been any more north than this chamber.
Correct.
Cool.
Actual progress. There's milestones being achieved. There's new areas being explored. No one's got their brain eaten. This is just a mad session.
I think it's the first dick joke of the campaign, though.
Well, that's the thing.
Be the
That
last.
wasn't one of the milestones, though.
Matt, can you just move me up with Grim, please?
Yeah.
I'll move up. I'll take up the rear, so to speak.
So you've got a couple of things going on here. You've got the first. There's like a turning on the left up here.
Yeah, I'm just sticking with that stealth roll, DM. So
Yeah, makes sense.
he kind of like pies the corners, sort of like
Yeah, I'm with you.
very slowly takes each corner.
Taking the lead as well, Matt. Can I get just survey the ground and see if anything recently has come through?
Yeah, give me a survival check. With any rangery advantages that may entail.
A few. Okay, see if this works. Just it.
Nothing's coming up.
Is this a dead end, Matt, or is it a door?
It seems like a dead end.
You might have to roll it, Matt. It doesn't want to play.
No problem.
Yeah, it's come through. It's twice.
At least we know you're pressing the right thing. It's just the program.
So,
3 times.
There we go.
This was a 23 though. So with that roll, you would spot footsteps going up and down, all of a humanoid nature, all with like boots. Rather than goblin-sized feet, these are sort of large humanoid-sized feet. There's also several sets of footprints with that first roll, 23, that almost seem like they disappear into the wall over here.
I convey that in a slightly patronising way back to the group.
I'll take a look at the wall, see if I can find any crevices or latches or entryways.
Sure, you do so. Give me an investigation check.
This map.
Yeah, you see now that you started looking for it, there's quite an obvious crease in the wall where it appears there's a part of the wall that can shift out the way.
Shall we?
Passage. The secret passage.
Go ahead and try to open
assist.
it and push it aside.
I'll assist the dwarf.
Nice. Without checking for traps too. Bold. I like that. Seems... can you see them there? It's like looks like it's like lots of bed rolls and things on the floor. It's almost like some kind of makeshift dormitory that extends to the north and the south. You can walk yourself in to explore further if you wish.
I'll grip my longsword two-handed.
Yep. Dave, I'm going to play a drinking game one night where I have to drink every time you grip your sword in some way.
Oi, oi.
Joke.
Can
We're on a
do-
roll. That's got to be a mild, like an achievement.
Two.
I'll look at Grim, waiting for his response. Oh, he's gone in. Fuck it.
Oops.
Stick me with
Oh, yeah,
Grim.
sorry.
Matt.
Someone moved me in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I apologise. Alan, where are you with me?
Stick me with Grim.
Alan,
Just-
actually,
just-
keeping up with them.
yeah, just stick me with Grim.
Fine.
I'm going.
Okay.
Fallon, are you coming in or are you going up to the north with Og?
I'm gonna wait in the corridor from the 2 points.
Okay, nice.
Well, what's all this in here then?
Kieran, where are you going, by the way? Because I know you can't move your token.
I'm going because I don't see anything, so I'll follow Og.
Okey-dokey. So you see this dormitory, the three of you, there are sleeping bags all over the floor. There's like 11 sleeping bags. And to the south, just sort of here, is a room with what looks like a coffin of some kind, or a crypt. It's like a stone plinth with a typical wooden coffin laying on the top.
Hang on a
Well,
minute.
let's go have a look.
And all these bedrolls empty, right? They're all these.
Yeah, they're all empty.
Would we
I'm gonna-
notice anything familiar to when we saw the thespians? As in, when we perceived, when we met the thespians for the first time, would we notice anything?
Give me an
that needed to
investigation
intrigue us?
check. Do an investigation check.
Yeah. You get what I mean, yeah?
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not the brightest cow in the china shop.
Any fake teeth?
With your investigation-
Can I?
Hang on a second. With Howard, with your investigation check, it seems like the crypt is a lot older than the coffin on the top, which is made of relatively sort of fresh wood, whereas it looks like the crypt underneath has been there quite a while. Alan, you would discover, as you poke around amongst the sleeping bags, various makeup kits with lots of white face paint and a few things that look like they could have doubled up as fake fangs and items. I'm going to leave you there for a second and ask what Ogben and Chiron in the northern corridor. What are your intentions?
Continuing to creep, as I can see what appears to be a door at the end of this corridor. I would like to carefully, while moving through that hallway, take a good hard look at everything, and then, assuming that there's nothing of note in the hallway, I would very gently like to put my ear against the door.
Perception.
Sure. God.
Don't hear anything. Don't hear anything. Seems quiet in there, actually. Deathly quiet.
Can I, like, sneakily attempt to jar open the door?
Sure. But as we do that, I know Dave had a thing he was pressing to do as well. All the other action was going on. Dave?
Can I ready an action in doing this while holding my sword one-handed and have my foot kick off the top of the coffin, if possible?
Yeah, you can. So what's your trigger for your readying your action?
Just
you can't ready it without a trigger, if you see what I mean. You can ready it to do a thing when a thing happens. Is it like something attacks you, or you see something, or
anything
jumps out of you?
Undead or vampire, mainly undead, obviously, because they're vile creatures as they are.
Has anybody else seen the series What We Do in the Shadows? Because I'm just imagining that right now.
So
with him coming
here's
up.
the thing.
So cool.
Isn't your ability to sense undead is a channeled divinity, which and I think you've already used one of those already, and this is your current one readied.
It's not a channel.
Here's my thing. What I'm trying to find out is if someone comes out of the coffin, for example, and you don't know whether they are a vampire or not, but they look like a vampire, what's he going to do? Because that's a thing that could happen.
Surely the paladin will detect it as undead, though, wouldn't he? With divine sense.
Sure. So, Dave, that's confirmed. If it's a vampire, you're going to attack it.
Damn straight. Kill the filth.
Okay. Well, somebody does sit up, bolt upright in the coffin. And it is somebody who has a white face and fangs, by the looks of it. Because they open, they kind of... And, Dave, this somebody does appear undead.
Divine sense.
Your divine sense is tingling. So you may now cast your readied action. It's a
wisdom save
with disadvantage. Okie dokie. He failed that. But for... What's that question?
So his divine sense was tingling, was it, Matt?
It was.
Ooh.
But not only did you fail that, you feel for some reason this creature before you seems to make a choice to resist your spell with some kind of legendary type of resistance.
Oh, good God.
All right.
Jesus Christ, paladins. Come here now.
Everyone's going to have to roll initiative as we see how this plays out.
Oh, this feels oh so familiar.
4.
So I don't know, it's metagaming here, but as a group of real life players, have you encountered any vampires before? Or?
No, I'm never.
No idea.
I believe in my character's background he would have done.
Just an asshole who thought he was an immortal vampire lord, but it turns out to be like food for a fucking T-Rex.
Yeah.
I remember correctly. That was the one
classic moment that was. Jesus.
Okay. So the first thing that's going to happen is this vampire is going to try and claw you, which is going to fail to do. And then he is going to try and slash you with his claws again, which is going to fail to do again. Oh my goodness, this vampire is terrible. Okay, Grim, it's on you. So he's kind of raised. As he kind of slashes you, he says, "Why? I give you awakened my slumber. Just pay the fucking money."
The diplomat.
I'm gonna go ahead and pull out. I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my holy symbol and
Nice.
try to turn him.
Great. That is a wisdom saving throw, right?
Correct.
18. Yeah, okay, that says that. Anything else from you, Grim? I'm gonna, just so you know, I'm not fudging. I'm going to go ahead and
No.
show rolls. Okay. Anything else, Grim? Sorry. As you try and do that, he goes, "You're in my crypt. This is my territory. You must have conquered my minions to be here. It's time for you to pay up or die."
I quickly say, how much is the toll?
After you've awakened my slumber, a mere 100 gold pieces per safe passage. And he looks at Vokin and goes, "Group discount for paladins."
Can I confer with my fellows to gather your 100 GP?
I will allow it, but be quick.
Come, Vulcan. Let us go discuss amongst ourselves.
Oh, now we're relying on Dave, not hitting him again. Oh no.
I'll back away slowly, but keep my guard up.
Whoa. Shut the front door. Okay, it's not on you anyway. It's Grim's just had a conversation. Let's see what happens. Because the room where you've walked into the north, we're going to just switch tracks a minute. You just leave your character where you are for a minute, Dave, because we're going to switch tracks here. There's some more vampiric folk coming around. So the room that you can see now, Og, is like a throne room. It's a pretty grandiose area. I don't know if you come to the edge where you can kind of poke your head around, you would see this like dead set of this looks like a dead wyvern or a dragon or something in the middle of the floor. This room has a 70-foot high ceiling. It's pretty tall. There are marble steps. You just walked into like the die area where there's like marble steps leading up to this throne. You've come from behind the throne. The throne's got like a high back, and the throne is made of interwoven bones, all bleached. And the armrests are carved to represent fanged snakes. And there's also vampires in the room, or what look to be vampires. Well, there's three vampire-looking folks, one blue-skinned gentleman in vampiric gothic gentleman attire. The vampire-looking guy closest to you says, "What are you doing back here?"
Just quickly, DM, I didn't want to go in. I just wanted to slide open the door and see what's in there.
Okay, in which case, before he says that, he's going to roll a perception check to see if he managed to do that, and if he passes, he is going to shout the exact same thing I just said he was going to say. If I can open his sheet. There we go. And probably going to fail. Yeah, he's going to shout, "Who is that? What are you doing here? Have you paid the toll?"
And in that it's not my turn, so never mind.
Yeah, you can shout a very quick response as a reaction before you change track to Alan.
I'm running the fuck away.
Alan, it's on you. You're examining bedrolls and finding makeup. And you see, all you see is someone that looks like a vampire to the south.
Yeah, so...
and Dave's starting to back away.
Okay, so I sort of look up and just see what I think is a fake vampire, because that's what I'm perceiving it to be, because that's what I think it is. And I will
But you see me coming towards you, waving at you. as I'm running.
Yeah. So this is what happens. I see the thing, and I like really charge my ass down here, and then screech to a stop wherever Grim is, and go, "Why are we not hitting that thing? What's going on?"
Real vampire. Real vampire.
What real vampire? But is he not the same as the fake ones? The thespian guys. What? There's a real vampire.
Real
Here.
teeth.
Okay, that's enough chat. Have you got any other actions, Alan?
No, so I'm just gonna sit there and ready my axe, unless I get
Ready
a
your axe
reaction.
for what?
Just in case this vampire charges at me, I'm still not trusting it. So just in case I go right, because I'm trusting Grim. What's going on? He's backing away, but just in case he attacks. Nobody noticed my 19 initiative as well, by the way. That's the highest I've ever rolled, ever.
On any single check.
Initiative roll ever.
Nicely played. Nicely played. You still haven't rolled as many ones as Lee has for just firing arrows at people as a ranger.
As a ranger. Yeah.
I think in roll, his character might just rethink it, give up the bow, and take away of the spear.
Yeah.
Ogben, a character's going to try and push the door open on the other side. Are you holding it physically, or you just sort of sit there? It swings both ways, so he's going to try and push it. Whether you're barricading it in any way,
he literally took the blade of his weapon, pushed the door open, and is sort of like one of these.
Yeah. Okay, so would he be still just behind the door, having heard the voices, or would he kind of just step back a little way, allowing the door to open?
It depends on what you want, what you're letting me have as a reaction.
Well, as a reaction, you could stop him trying to get in the door, is what I'm saying. I would allow that. Or you can, the doors. He's trying to open the door. I think your choice is really you back away and let him open it, or you kind of you bodily try and bar it somehow.
The Ogben would jump back.
Cool. Okay, so you jump back, and this vampire-looking guy gets right in your face.
Sweet.
Who are you two? He's not seen either of you two before.
Nope.
That's the trouble when you have a whole fresh new party of new PCs appear. Who are you? Do you not know that you need to pay to enter these lands? To traverse this part of the dungeon means to deal with us, the Undertakers.
It's like the top.
Yeah. And Ogben, it will be you two out next. He's not going to attack. He is negotiating currently. But although no one's attacking at the moment, still going to keep us in initiative order. A, in case combat breaks out, but B, because it helps me keep track of who's doing what within the two different sort of things that are happening in the dungeon. So I'll go for it. It's down to you to save the day, Og.
Yeah, I am newly traveling in this portion of the dungeon. I've never quite explored it before. I was not aware of your organization. I didn't know that there was a toll. So,
I understand completely, friend, and we welcome you very much to traverse this area of the dungeon as a friend of ours. And as you are newcomers and have caused us no trouble, I can do so for the simple sum of 15 gold pieces per traveller. Is it just you and your friend?
It's just us.
Very well, 30 gold pieces, and we are all friends here. Karen, are you going to say anything at this point? Or?
How many people I see?
Well, you'd hear one. You've heard one voice, and the door swung open and revealed a second person with a different voice to the first person. So you know there's at least two people.
I'll use Divine Sense.
What's the range on Divine Sense? Just remind me.
60 feet, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, you wouldn't detect any fiends, celestials, vampires, or undead, or anything like that.
One directly in front of us.
I lean in the and I whisper to Reg. They are not vampires.
You can whisper. Give me a stealth roll, I think, because he's very close to you. This has got to be a really good whisper. Like he's right up in your face.
Do I use the disadvantage from my armor for this stealth roll?
Say again.
Because I have my split armor and a disadvantage on stealth roll, on stealth checks. So
no, you don't need to apply that for a whisper check. I just want to see like how quickly and sneaky this whisper is. Just roll a straight up stealth. No disadvantage. Go for it.
3.
3? Oh yeah, he totally hears you say that. I may may be so bold as to ask why you'd make that perception about us. Me and my friends will literally drain your blood if you do not provide us with the required toll. I thought this was going to be a pleasant business transaction.
Do you know why?
Okay, I'm going to move on. That's probably, unless Ogben's going to do anything else flashy on his turn other than this conversation.
No, stabbing him.
Because no, let's go with the scene and go to them.
Yeah, cool. Are you going to? Ogben, it is still your turn, although we're going to act with Kairon with you at the moment. But would you give them an indication of whether you kind of believe them or whether you're going to give them any cash? Like, what's the impression Ogben's going to give here? Like from the body language and from what he says.
He would like do a bit of a flourish, like with his cloak, and reach into the jacket, and you can end the scene there.
Oh, nice. Nice.
I would like to ready an action depending on what Karen's gonna do.
Yep.
If he hits him, I would like to slash the fuck out of him.
Got ya. Karen, you can decide now what you'd like to do.
I'm gonna say, because I'm a paladin and I know when I face undead. So either you get the fuck off, or I can cut you. I don't mind that. Either way, can I make an intimidation check for this?
Yeah, sure. What'd you roll?
Fuck, it was almost a 20. No, it's a 12 total.
I also rolled 12, and so remain unintimidated, but stern. Listen, if you think it is just me you are dealing with, you are very much mistaken. And he's gonna, like, next to him in the door, the blue fella is going to appear. Looks to be, this guy looks to have taken some scars or wounds in a recent battle. Like, and on his right cheek, there's like a scar that runs straight from his eyebrow to his chin, where he's obviously seen some action recently. Although he looks well dressed, he's definitely battle scarred for some reason. And he says, I'll give you one last chance to hand me a very simple 30 gold, or we can very simply make this the last day of your lives. And Father, it'll be on you.
Am I still stood between the two groups?
Yeah, you're still in the corridor,
Mm-hmm.
practicing the bowmanship, cleaning your eyes.
So can I hear what's been going on in the two groups?
You can hear what's going on in Alan and Grimm's room. Because of all the corners in the corridor, I don't think you can quite hear what's happening to the north.
So you've heard me charge off down the corridor.
Yeah, so you hear Grimm tell Alan we're dealing with a real vampire, probably.
Okay. I'm gonna. Oh, so this is the point of hanging back. I'm gonna scuttle over, following up, looking to find guys to the north.
Yep. So we're going to 1, 2, 3. So you can get kind of up here, and you can now see the guys to the north, and you've still got an action and a bonus action.
Okay.
So you could choose to use your bonus action to shout and tell them what you're doing, for example, and then use your action to move again backwards, if that's what you were sort of trying to do.
So I'm going to just basically call out and say, fellow travellers, rest of the group and negotiating safe passage, it may be wise to parley and to see what these guys have to say.
This is great because these two NPCs out here would recognise the rest of the group, except for you three, who are the ones that they can currently see. So as far as they know, you're connected with a totally new party, and so they're soft dealing as a result. Whereas all the guys that they would have recognised are down in the south room dealing with the actual vampire.
It's been really interesting. And so we think they're fake, but there's a real vampire here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's brilliant. Hang on a minute, weren't you fake?
My arms are open. I have an uncharacteristic smile on my face. Completely unthreatening.
Like the true Lee you are.
That's slightly more threatening because no one's ever seen it before.
Yeah, everyone's a bit weirded out.
You don't want to see an elf smile.
Why is Farland smiling?
Yeah. Not gonna shoot more bows than more arrows.
Vokin, we'll switch back to your track to see how that. Will you say you were retreating backwards away from this guy while facing him?
Yeah, retreating backwards while drawing the other sword and ready a action, just in case.
Sure, you do so. Anything else from you? He doesn't seem to follow you.
Nah, I'll just lock eyes with him, just not let him out of sight.
He says, as you walk away, he says, you can negotiate all you want with the rest of the Undertakers. I will get some rest. I expect to hear that they have been paid well, or I will find you all and relieve you of your precious blood.
It's easy.
What happens next? Oh yeah, that happens next. Which you don't see, so that's fine. Nothing to worry about. You don't see that either, so that's fine. Nothing to worry about. Probably. Grim, it's on you.
So if I dash, I can do 2x movement. Is that the
Correct? Yeah.
Okay. So as I start hoofing it with my little feet, I wave. I say, "Follow me," and I 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
See, to me, there you go. Hoofing it with little feet is now the name of tonight's session.
Run away! Run away!
It's basically hoofing it, but not the Minotaur.
Right.
With the actual hooves.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just stop here.
The vampire-looking creature says, if I see you here again, or your group, and you are not supplying the required coin, you will be destroyed. And he lays back down, closing the coffin lid behind him.
Right.
The vampiric guy next to Ogben's going to say, you've got the next 6 seconds to work out what you guys want to do. I'm calling in reinforcements. And he says...
you don't have to wait, and I slash my blade to him.
Oh my god. You can't technically do that because you hadn't held your action in case he just speaks. He hasn't tried to attack you, but you will be able to do that on your turn after Alan's head is going a minute, Karen. But hold that thought. Hold that thought.
Higher decks.
Yep. Yeah. Alan, what are you going to do?
So obviously I've just seen Alan cheese it. Not Alan, the dwarf Grim cheese it. So
Hoofing on little feet, I believe, was the expression.
As well. So I want to follow him. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 brings me to here.
Yep.
5, 10. Can you move me to this spot?
Yep. Next to Grim, no problem.
Next to Grim. No, let me just move this out of the way a minute. Hang on. This turn order is right in my way. So, as I'm dashing, would I recognise this vampire from the previous shenanigans?
So as you turn around, this guy just looks. He didn't recognise Grim straight away because there's a lot of dwarves dressed in a similar fashion. But when he sees the freaking Minotaur,
Yeah, because
this guy's like all over that. It's like, what is this? This is the crew that slayed our leader. What?
yeah, so
Starting to look flustered.
I'm gonna use my last dash to as I recognise him. My eyes go wide and say, "You fucking bastard!"
Well, you've just trampled on Ogben, so you can stand behind Ogben.
And,
But yeah,
I
you come nearly up to the
yeah. Hang on. So there's nothing I can do with Goring Rush, can I? Because he's in the way, right?
No, because Ogben's in the way.
Okay. So I will literally leave it there, and
I mean, you can go through Ogben.
You can, but you can't end a turn in the same 5 foot as another PC. So if you're finishing the charging rush, would be ending his movement. It's kind of how I always think about it. Like,
yeah, I would play it like that actually. And
You're not paying the money.
I'm not. No. We fought with these guys before, and I'll just shout out and say, "Not you guys again!" And I literally start growling, and I'm ready to get my great axe and ready. I'm ready for a
him
fight.
reply, my vampire brethren and I will devour you. You feel safe speaking to me. Let's hear how safe you are when facing the Ancient One and the Golem.
Well, you're not a vampire, so you're easy to kill.
Great, Karen, it's on you. You were
Wait, what's the difference in our dex modifiers here? Because
Karen, what's your dexterity?
10.
15.
Okay, so Ogben, you're gonna go first.
Okay. So now that there's like heavy, musky ox breath on the back of my neck, instead of
beef
pulling the rapier, I grab my bag of coins, and I just shake 15 into my hand, and I go, "Can everybody just relax?"
As soon as you bring out coinage, like there's just this between the bandits. Very, very well. Minotaur, I left you and your friends with a task, despite your rude interruption of our group meetings. Has this task been completed?
Yeah.
Are you referring to killing the goblins?
Yes, is the goblin posts, are they destroyed?
Yes.
Yes.
Very well. I would suggest you come meet our leader, and once you have met her, she will pay you the coin which we promised, and as long as we have your word, you may be peacefully through our lands, through our domain.
Let's do that.
Just stop pretending to be a vampire, you idiots.
OB sort of just wraps as quickly as his hand came out, the coins disappear back into his jacket.
Yeah, now I know from where you are. If you have killed the goblins and our scouts agree with you, then we will just send runners to check the watch posts. If your story checks out, we will pay you richly. We have quite a store of gold, and with those goblins gone, we can claim many of their territories for our own.
Okay, cool.
Would you be adverse to waiting in this room while we send runners to investigate to ensure the goblins have been, as you say, destroyed?
Yeah, let's do that.
I just grit my teeth and just sort of snort and just.
Can I turn around and slap him on the muzzle?
Don't
bonus action muzzle slap.
Don't. I'm like Okay.
Well, before you do that, Kyron has still got it's his action next. Kyron, you may choose to continue with your slash. You may choose not to slash. You may choose to.
I have my hand on my on the hilt of the sword on my sword, but I don't do anything.
Okay. Okay, great. Well, there's no combat going on, so I can take you out of turn order.
I'm never going to see that 19 ever again. I'm a bit disappointed.
Oh look! 5 seconds later, they're attacking again. Reroll initiative. 1.
One. That's the only reason I want combat.
They all withdraw into the room behind, and
I tap on Ben's shoulder and Kyron say, "Hope before you follow them, we just met what might be their leader down in the coffin area, who is demanding 100 GP. So I like where your head's at. We should get, the coin promise, but she may not be very receptive."
Well, we could kill them all.
Were they talking to a woman vampire?
Male vampire.
Oh,
Okay,
really?
so that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there may be more than one.
That was a real vampire as well, which I wasn't expecting, if I'm honest.
No.
Not
We
like
didn't want
these
to take on
charlatans.
multiple real vampires.
This group can handle it.
No, you can't. Sorry, that was out of character. I was metagaming.
I'm
I hate
sorry.
to tell you this, but anything that has legendary actions at this level,
God, you imagine that.
Let me say it in character. No, you can't.
No, that was what a fight that was. Anyway.
Okay, so what do you guys want to do? So you've walked into the room now. These guys to the north are chatting in the corner. There are other dead-looking creatures on the floor. One looks tentacly. The throne of bones, and they say, "Do not touch anything until we return. We will verify your story." And they wander out the door to the north. All 4 of them.
I can tell you that if I was playing Cade, he would sit in the throne, but I'm
Yes,
not
he would.
playing Cade, so I
give-
won't sit in the chair.
Can I give everyone a slightly haughty look and just repeat the word, "Do not touch anything"?
I'll just go. I need a cup of tea. I need a cup of tea, and I'm wandering off the corner, and I'll get my tea set out. Anybody want a cup of tea while waiting for these idiots?
Quest an item, a riding crop, so I can just smack the shit out of Alan whenever, or a cattle prod. Like, can I find like an artificer to make me a cattle prod?
It's possible. I mean, this particular room doesn't have any artificers in it currently, but
I'm gonna add that to the Trello list later.
goals. Cattle prod.
Can I request
Leah,
a
you come
magic
into the room, buddy.
half-orc castration device? Just gonna put that up there.
Listen, I told Matt, when this character gets killed, the next one's gonna be worse. It's only gonna get worse.
Yeah.
And that's why this character's going to survive.
Doubtful.
So, is anyone doing anything when you'll wait for this room, or is time just passing?
Have a look at the bones in the middle.
Give me an intelligence check.
Cup of tea.
Yeah, you recognise it to be a wyvern, and looking at the pins that connect all the different bits, you'd say that probably it looks like it was once decorative, almost like a museum piece, but now it's been kind of smashed to bits on the floor there.
I'm just generally having I sort of leaning against the wall, not doing anything, but I'm scoping out the room to get a sense of it.
Sure. Well, you've got the door to the north. The guys are walking through. You occasionally hear shouts and laughter, like some people are playing games here. From the door to the left over here, how to describe it? Very occasionally, these heavy, like, and the rattle of chains, like heavy, humongous, gargantuan-sounding footsteps, and shouts, and then the footsteps slow down again.
Be the golem then.
Almost like something large is being contained.
We don't want to contain that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And no one exploring anything else before the guys get back?
No.
Some of Alan's tea.
Yeah. Oh, Ben, do you want
And
some
I'm
tea?
trying to give him like small pep talks to not be an idiot.
What do you mean? So we're having this conversation about. I'm not really getting the conversation. It's kind of like I understand it, but I don't get it. I kind of like know what he's saying, but I don't
know what you mean.
Yeah.
He's super convinced. He has no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I get it.
I'll go along with it. But...
I find myself not helping myself. Oh, Ben,
You've been here. You've been here before. Like, you've seen parts of this dungeon. You know how dangerous it is. What do you mean you don't understand?
Yeah, but I can't help myself.
What is there not to understand?
What I'm trying to say to you is I understand the danger, but I can't stop myself getting into it.
What he says is he takes another sip of his tea.
Yeah. That's one of the weirdest D&D moments. I don't know. Trying to explain that I'm challenged while drinking tea. But anyway.
Hey, it's pretty weird, but it's fun.
Okay, there's footsteps to the north, and eventually one of the vampire-looking people comes in. Your story checks out, but I imagine boss lady, she'll want to know. Wait here, I'll go and fetch her. And he walks over to this door to the south. If you say anything in return, he opens said door.
Nope. No, me and old Ben are still chatting.
I guess. I still have my teacup.
Yeah. Don't break that. Actually, no, you can't break it. It's magic. It magically reappears in my rucksack.
I'm not sure that's one of the powers with which we agreed.
Oh, was it not?
Magical unbreakable tea set. But it's now canon. What the hell?
Can I? Damn it! I was gonna say, if you didn't make it unbreakable, I was just gonna keep it as a hostage. And
it's not unbreakable.
Decided to be a shit, I would just like bring it out of my coat and do like one of these.
You can break it. You can break it. You know, it's fine.
Yeah, but you can you can keep it hostage anyway. This is mine.
Comes back with an attractive looking lady, and she says, "My name is Harriet. I am not a vampire. I'm here to make solid cash. But I do lead these undertakers, as they call themselves. I hear that you wish safe passage through these lands, and my friend here tells me you have done us a service. Is this correct?"
Correct.
So the
south of the goblins.
The stench of the goblins can be cleansed with time, and those halls will be claimed as Undertaker lands. Soon this whole level will be ours. That is marvelous news for us. However, explain what it was that possessed you when you decided to kill my husband.
I look at the adventurers that have been here before with a shrug.
Well, you attacked first.
That is not the way my men tell it. They tell it as they were trying to negotiate simple passage, and a crazy dwarf began hacking and slashing through their numbers.
Ah, yes. I remember now. That dwarf is now dead. I can't believe what he did to you, so we killed him.
The guy next to her whispers, I don't see the dwarf, Gov. I don't see. There's one of the dwarves, but it was the other one that went crazy. What has happened to the other dwarf, Slayer? They tell me his name was Slayer. I feel his spirit still lingers, but I cannot see his body anywhere.
He was killed by the goblins.
He was
So
a
in the end,
fool.
in the end, he did help achieve your goals.
Okay,
Well, as to that,
But he was crazy.
I mean, we hadn't got on for a long time, but he served his uses here, and without him, I am on the lookout for new lieutenants. If any of you decide that a life of making of making money by protecting weary travellers as they travel through these halls with me and my good vampire friends, you'd be welcome to join our ranks. We had one who but tried to join our ranks recently, Catfellow, but unfortunately he had no stomach for protection. Would any of you care to join?
Do you have a business letterhead? Do you got something with letterhead on it that I could perhaps view as I continue through the dungeon? What are
have
your
healthcare?
benefits like?
A share of the booty that we collect, of course, and
But you seem to have quite a
peace of
few
mind.
members, and I'd be very junior, but I have many pliable skills for this trade, so your employment package isn't exactly great.
Farlan makes a disapproving huff and mumbles under his breath. Need to get on. This is a waste of time.
Look,
Well,
very well.
first things
you-
first. Don't you owe us coin?
You killed my husband as a group, and now you wish to charge me.
Well, we
yes.
completed the task.
I hate to interrupt you, man, but I had nothing to do with that. I have just recently been attached to this group through another bit of employment. I'm just parsing out my potential offers.
She looks at you and goes, "Very well. Pay each of them 100 gold, except for the orc who had nothing to do with it."
Nice.
Okay.
Now, I've instructed my men through this region to let you pass. But if you are to tangle with them, I will be catching up with you, and we will be having words. We need time to recover our losses after our recent battle with that thing. And she points at Alan and your friend Slayer. You give us that time, we'll give you safe passage. Her friend starts, the bandit she's with starts like handing out gold to all of you apart from Og. You can each add 100 gold pieces, and between sessions you can go ahead and all level to level 6.
Yes!
All right.
I might hear something next time.
Great
You
weapon master. Great
just
weapon
to clarify,
master.
you have survived your first encounter with the Undertakers. You found the bronze mask. You've recovered the body of Ezra, and you've defeated the 3 watch posts. And with all these deeds, I have no choice but to suggest that your characters become initiated into the veteran leagues of the Travelers of the Mad Mage's Dungeon. Well done.
Awesome.
And you can
yeah.
Yeah. You can you can now move into the north. You've got lots of options here, and actually, it's probably a sensible place to for you to decide your next move, but then call it a night, because then you can kind of level up here.
Yeah.
Harriet says if you guys wanted to take a short rest, she'll make sure that you're kept safe in the room you're in at the moment, which is cool. Yeah, and you'll need to decide if you want to carry exploring to the north. You've got the Bronze Mask riddle thing to do. You've got a whole other level to explore to the south. The whole dungeon is your oyster at this stage. So before it'd be cool if before we stop the session, I give you guys 5 minutes or so in character to decide what you guys would choose to do next.
I think we should finish clearing this place, and then we can go off on the next one.
I want to move on.
Also very north. And the stairs are very south. Unless there's potentially more stairs here.
Well, if we want to use that bronze mask, it is down in the southern area, but we did earn, free safe passage up here. Might as well spend it exploring a bit. It was hard fought since we lost 2/3 of our original party. A lot of blood was spilled.
I think you need to name yourself the Waterdeep 3.
I think we go to the mask, use this mask thing.
Yeah.
Let's keep going on here until we're level 20, and then we'll go to level 2.
North is just it's a room with 1,000 boars, each worth 1 experience.
One
point. You can
experience.
just kind of
Grind. Is there a good conveyor belt of boars?
Yeah.
And little spiders.
By the boar generator that just generates more and more boars.
Doink, doink.
Slowly building your skills. That is true.
That sounds like the best D&D nights ever.
I like misses.
So
Sounds really fun.
So what have we decided to do? We're going to stay on this level, go down south and do
The
this.
stairs is down south. And we can do things on the way to the stairs. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
The statue with the bronze mask.
Obi
is on
sort
its
of
way.
agrees with Obi agrees with Grim for the most part. If we've already earned passage north, we've seen a large portion of the southern tip of this dungeon. Who knows what's north?
I, for one, am looking for certain information, so any opportunity to explore a little further would be worth my while, but I'm happy to follow the party.
What I'm looking for will be deeper dungeon.
Yeah.
Just want to go.
Likewise.
I want to see I'm looking for information on a certain group of people that might be down here. So I would like to explore as much as I can.
Oh, I've just remembered how to make beans on toast. And jacket potatoes. Yeah.
And the recipe is hidden beyond the statue to the.
I'm just indicating that my mind's getting better.
We'll be the judge of that.
You hadn't listened to the last 5 minutes of conversation and instead were thinking about what's for tea.
Yeah.
I think we go north then.
Yeah.
Shall we vote for it?
I say we go north.
Oh my god, since
Seems
Slayer's
like the
gone,
North
this is
has
a
it.
democracy.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're taking a short rest here then, and next week then, yeah?
Go ahead, level up, take a short rest, and we'll carry on from here next week where you guys can go north to your heart's content. But well done for getting the level up.
Yeah, well done, guys.
Dealing with the
nice.
mirrors. You found Ezra's body, potentially made peace with some of the Waterdavian nobles and traders. There's definitely no consequences there and nothing to worry about. You found out a little bit more about what's happened with Shiro, which probably won't be the last we've seen of him. And you've negotiated peace with some really fake vampires and maybe one real one, and definitely something big that's in chains in the neighbouring room. So probably for the best, huh?
Nice.
Well done, everyone. That was a fun session. Enjoyed that.
Cheers.
Yep.
Yeah, good
Everyone
stuff.
okay for next week? Cool.
See you next week, guys.
See you next week.
We'll
Stay
catch
safe,
you all next
everyone.
week.
Join us next week for the further adventures.